Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Eddie Marcus, and I want to share with you the secrets of the key to the door of life. Ask yourself this question: what role did you play in your coming into this world? Ask yourself another question: aside from going out committing suicide or running in front of a car or something like this, what role will you basically play when it comes to leaving this world? So your beginning and your ending is in the hands of a power outside of yourselves. That to me is a representation of a God, something powerful, more powerful than me. And so in between, I do have the opportunity to make choices. The choice that I choose to make is a representation that there is a power that's more superior than me, meaning that there is a power more superior than all men, all humankind. And if I have to give allegiance to any other than myself, it will be that power that is more powerful than I and all of us together. And in so doing, it is my true understanding that in order to be able to be legitimate and real with a statement such as that, I must carry myself in the same kind of way. And since I'm giving honor to some power outside of myself, I judge the character of that power by the ability to do what it has done in me, even in the structure of my physical being. All of the systems that live and house within this framework and do all the things that they do, perfect harmony, lets me know that a little thing simple as peace, prosperity, and joy, these are things that flow like milk and honey where God is, where God, and when I say where God is, I mean where the truth of God is practiced. And so what I am basically saying to myself is that there's harmony, there's joy in God, in me. That's what I see. That's my ambition. There's no sickness, but we have knowledge to prepare ourselves to fend against sickness and diseases. Same with education. Everything belongs to God, put here for the whole human race to benefit in the ways that it prospers in its ability to do different things for the whole world. Not to be sold or bought, not to be marketed off, but to be received by the will of the power that put us here. The power is designed that each of us got something to do. And I'm not talking about just working for some specific industry that needs you and will pay you good money. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about doing what you were made to do. That brings you contentment. You just love doing it. You just want to do it all the time. You see what I'm saying? That's the difference. That's the motivation, not competition, but the opportunity to serve, the opportunity to do. That's the new thing, ladies and gentlemen, that it's real to me. And if I were trying to be a representative of the people, I could say nothing else than what I've said today. This has meant so much to me. For 40 years I have been dedicated, let me see, back that back. For 30 years I've been dedicated and committed. Now, sure, before then I was just like everybody else. I was selfish. All I thought about was me, and it was good. But as I grew and matured, I began to look outside of me, and I saw things that were not good. And I began to ask questions why. I began to look inside of myself. I began to search because I wanted to know answers. And I found answers, ladies and gentlemen. I found answers. Sure, there's a lot of things that you and I can do as people that's working collectively together. That's great if we could ever move to that level. But before we can move to that level, we must grow. We must grow into the spirit. We must recognize that we are not in control. And we got to honor that which we think is in control. We got to give allegiance to that. And our allegiance is respected and represented by our actions. Our actions. Fighting wars, that's not of God for me. That's, to me, is men who try to operate outside God. And they run into stuff like this. And they're willing to die, willing to kill to maintain what they think is proper. Well, I've learned that in God, we're not willing to kill for what we know is right, but we are willing to die for it. Do we want to die? Hey, we're going to die anyway, and there is no greater way, no better way to die when we live in a society where so much pain and suffering is going on. But we're not just dying because we die. We're dying for the cause of enlightenment, the cause of freedom from man's selfishness. Now, I'm not a preacher. I'm a social scientist, and I've been spokesman and advocate for basic human rights for all people for years. And this is my conclusion. This is my conclusion. The key, the secrets of the keys to the door of life is recognizing that we are not in control. God is ultimately in control. We have the ability to make choices. Peace, prosperity, and joy that we seek is founded in the way of life, which is guided by the spirit of that power that keeps us here, brought us here, and will take us away when that time comes. When we can yield to that, then we will find our peace, we will find our prosperity, we will find our joy. And in our living, we will see the world change all about us because it was designed to change by us. And when we've done that, we can ready to graduate. That is the key. And those are the secrets of that key to the door of life. Eddie Marcus, bye-bye.